They just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. Please watch the first 2 episodes, the second season. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Pressed the 2 minutes earlier than I should have done. Anyway, sad news about Joey Jones. The lad who played for us. Joey Jones. He was like, everybody knew at the time, we all knew that he was like one of us, but got a strip on and went out, and he just played his heart out every single game. Joey. So sad, you know. He had Diogo, a current player, great player, and Joey, a past player. Now, if there's an Evan, I hope they've met. I hope they've met. Along with the Shanks and Bob and Joe and everybody else who's passed on. But that's it. That's it. Great fella. Gave his heart for Liverpool. They all did. They all did. Except a few, like I've mentioned. So, including managers who had their own fucking ego. I just want to mention these lads, if you don't mind. And it's Gap Painting Services, the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle. Excuse me. The sponsor of the Frank Carlyle podcasts. Please don't struggle. Please don't struggle trying to decorate. Get these lads in. They're very reasonable. And you'll get a bonus if you're an NHS worker or an elderly person or persons. If you're a couple, don't struggle. Don't cry. Don't get cowboys in. I've had enough of them myself. Just get the proper lads in. Fully time served. Fully insured. Proper painters, decorators. Just get them in. You'll be surprised how great they are. Not good, great. Please get them in. That's Gap Painting Services, the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle podcasts. And as Edward says, rest in peace, Joey Jones. Sure. I want you to, we've got to carry on, haven't we? What I want you to think about is, are we going to sign anybody else? Because we just brought this lad in. It's a TK, haven't we? Just brought him in. Is there any more signings coming? That's what I want you to talk about. Not only that, but I want you to think the exits, because there will be exits. Chiesa never went on the trip, did he, to Hong Kong? So I think he's one goal from the batch. We've also seen the likes of Quansah and Kelleher leave. And I think Chiesa will be leaving, which is sad, really. He just never had this time here. Proper time. Let's see what you're saying, please. Let's see. Simon. Hi, Franco. Sorry to hear the passing of Joey Jones. He was the first Welshman to win the European Cup in '77. He is immortalised in Liverpool folklore by Joey at the Frog's Legs banner. Great banner. Great. Now he's munching Gladbachs. Made the Swiss roll. And now he's munching Gladbach. Brilliant. Some of the banners, best in the world. No one could imitate them. He's right there, side. Carries on by saying he was once involved in an incident with Bob Paisley where he threw his seats in the dressing room after the game. He was known for his down-to-earth personality and genuine love for the club he played for. For the clubs are imploring that, because he was a Red through and through. He's like you, Simon. He's like me. He's like Redbird. He's like everybody who's a Red. Like the Anfield Road. Like my daughter Francie, like my grandsons, like my little granddaughter. Fully fledged Reds. You can say that now about, and I mean this, Jordan Henderson. Now, Jordan Henderson came here, and what proved it to me was when he went up to Anfield to pay his respects about Diogo Jota, but he was paying the respects to the fans, looking at what they were laying out. He loves Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk loves Liverpool. Mo Salah, of all people, loves Liverpool. Just like us. Just like us. Joey would have played for nothing. He gave his heart. And I mentioned today, one of the lads' posts, Jeff Ellison's post he put up. And I said, our away fans are the Joey Joneses, because they give 100%. They give their heart. Not just 100%, but their heart to the club. They go away. I used to go away. Can't do it now. Haven't done it for years. Unfortunately. If you've ever been to Giggle on a Tuesday night, raining, freezing, walking down a cinder path, that's what you call a Liverpool supporter, and I did that. Berry. Teams of 8. Giggle. Berry. Never forget that. Freezing. It was about 14, something like that. It was a cup match. The Redbird. Can't wait tonight, Frank. Going to bat. We'll catch the replay. Have a good show as you always do. Don't forget to hit the like, Reds. Subscribe if new. Later, Frank and chat. That's our Red Bear going to his Bible study. No wonder he doesn't swear. And R.I.P. Joey Jones wondered if there's any frog's legs 11 for him to bite. Bucket holes. It's hard, isn't it? Lee Brady. Even in Franco Paul as well. So apparently we have not stopped in the market. Who else are you hoping we get? I'd love that. I'd love that Isak, you know. I'd love him. Liverpool would be on a different planet, I'm telling you now, if we got him. And I'd like that Rodrigo. But as our Francine said, Dad, we need a centre-back. And she was right. And she is right, not was right, she is right. We do. But how many players can you bring in? How many? And every one of them are good. Do we get this Guy fella? Do we get him? Does Konate go? The one that's frightening me most is a very strong rumours, especially in Spain. And that's about McAllister and Real Madrid. Do you think that the, what do you call it? You know, the temptation is there? That Real Madrid, the old Oscar Wilde quote, I can resist anything except temptation, about Rodrigo for McAllister plus cash. Because Liverpool has won cash for him. I don't see it myself, but you know, they're the rumours. They are the rumours. And it also depends on McAllister as well. You know, would his head be turned? I don't think so, you know. Myself personally. And we can't break up that midfield. No way. No way. I would have loved him, Cappy. I'm being honest. I would have loved him, that lad. He can play two positions. One, at left back. And two, left side at centre back. If we'd have got him, ideal. He won 2 European Cups, 77, 78. They're after both of them. They're after both of them. Hitched down to Wembley in 78. Hitched. Got a lift back by a van load of lads. Got lost on the Yorkshire moors. Great, funny. Even Mr. Carlyle, sad news about Joey. I don't think anyone has wore the shirt with much more pride than him. Rest in peace, Joey. As I said, Dino, as I said, he played as though you, I, and everybody else were playing. Coming off the terraces. Someone throwing you the shirt, yeah, put that on, get over there. And play. He wasn't a great footballer. He wasn't, you know, one of these world-class lads. But he was world-class in his attitude. World-class in his attitude. I'd love us to get that Rodrigo from Madrid. Always liked him, says Lee Brady. Brilliant player. I like him myself. Lynn Ellis. Hiya, Lynn. Evening, Frank. Rest in peace, Joey Jones. Edmund. I think there could be 4 new players, a replacement for Chiesa, Diaz, Nunes, Quansah. That's what I was going to ask. Would you keep Nunes? Look, I don't know whether I said this or what, but suppose that you are say, Spurs supporter, and you went in for Nunes, and then you seen the video of Nunes, video of scoring his goals and even assists. What would you think? You'd go, wow. That's how videos are made. You go, wow. Or failing that, whether it's a Premiership club, it was abroad, say Italy, say Germany, the Bundesliga, La Liga even. Just imagine watching a video of him. Get him, he's great, that's what it'll be like. Because he has scored some fantastic goals, a brilliant assist. So I was going to ask you all, the way we are now, would you keep him? And don't forget 2 pre-season games he scored. Lovely Toscana. Ciao Franco and all on this sad evening. Rest in peace, Joey Jones. Every team needs a Joey Jones. Absolutely agree. I always remember that banner. Joey F. looks like. We've got great banners like the Grafton on it. You think this is I'm gonna go to Grafton on a Friday night? Incredible, that one. But the best banner was a kid. Just when Shankly died, there was a little banner, a little white thing that just he must have got some paint and put Shankly lives forever. And you just see him like that, kid. See, he's affected everybody. Shankly. And anything like that, tragedy, it affects us. Jota. Joey Jones dying today. Really excited about the Reds for next year. Honestly, Frank, within a year or 2, this lad, Ekatike, will be one of the best players in the world. He's got absolutely everything. To think, oh yeah, pull them in. Doctors tomorrow for me. About my eyes. Who's going to fucking doctors? I'll bring in what do you call them? Cut over. Sleeping bag. Bring a sleeping bag there. Anyway, I'm sorry. He's got absolutely everything, and I'm salivating at the thought of watching him and Bert Salah linking up, as well as the greatest lads we already have, like McAllister and Dom and Gravenberch. Bring them all up. The Reds are coming for the fucking lot. I never swore. Dino. And that's why this little girl is watching us. got me swearing already. If we get Isak, Nunes will definitely be gone, but maybe Diaz and Chiesa loans for Joe Batatic and a few of the other young lads. Yeah, I think, Joe and Batatic. I've got nothing, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against young Batatic. A little Spanish fellow. But I don't think he's at the level we need or we want, even in the future. I really don't. And to me, he gets injured too easily. Barry Eldridge. Hi Frank, how's you? Joey was a guy, always plays with a smile on his face. Diaz, Nunes, Chiesa to go, Rodrigo, Guy and Isak. As I said, Barry, if they come in, no matter who goes, if they come in, Liverpool will, as Dino says as well, without the likes of Isak, Liverpool will be unstoppable. I really believe that. And no one has ever heard me say that. Ever. And Lee says, I agree, Dean. It's gonna be a crazy. I'm buzzing. Got my Wembley ticket to see the reinforced team for the first time. So you're going down there. I thought I was going away, I was bringing my daughter, Francine, and my granddaughter. And can't go. I'm half disappointed. Sophie is disappointed. She wants to go to Pompeii, not only Pompeii, but up north to Verona. She loves the Romeo and Juliet. She's done the play in school. I said, can we go there, Grant? Yeah. Go there. Can't bloody go anywhere. Ray Thompson, all right, Ray? Oh, smashing. How are you? Ray lives in Portugal. I wonder if Jota's family are going to investigate the real reason why two brothers lost their lives here in Portugal. A Portuguese lorry driver was driving behind the lads, and he drives on this road regularly, and said the lads passed him at normal legal speed, and the road is full of potholes and lacks tarmac and safety. Justice needs to be served to these young lives that were tragically stolen from them and their families and us. Yeah, I went to Lisbon. I was in Lisbon once, and or is it Porto? I always forget where I went. Is it Porto or Lisbon? Anyway, the roads are like that and windy, and there are potholes in them, and like that every few yards. And this mad taxi driver was mad. Constantly. So you can imagine going like so silly. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Ray, for that. The King. All right, Frank, hope you're well. Is George all right? He hasn't been on for yeah, he's fine, I suppose. He's fine. That's all I can say. Yeah. They met Joey back in the day, great lads, and a massive cop favourite. Unbelievable. Funny enough, the old mate there, Jeff Ellison, he put a cracking little post up, and it was really lovely. He was one of us, he said, playing for us. I actually quoted what he actually said on, when I replied what Jeff said, because it was a lovely, lovely quote somewhere in the comment. And I've always said, you know this, I love our away fans. And honestly, I was talking to I was talking to a great friend of mine, very good friend of mine, James Allen. And we was going, when we were going again together, and we were talking about Joey Jones, and I said, Joey Jones, I said, our away fans are the Joey Joneses of Liverpool. And he went, it's good that. I said, yeah. Because we were talking about different players. Joey's name came up. But I love our away fans. Love them. Good evening. Sorry there, mate. Yusuf. There's that fella in the Inter Miami right now. He might be from Argentina, I'm not sure. His name, Messi. That's who we should go for next. And you know what? I'm not being funny, but if he was young enough, he'd come in. So I read what he was saying after the Liverpool Barca game. Even before, he says, we're in for a tough game. And he said, the others were like, no, we're going to walk this. We're going to walk this. Including Luis Suarez. Now we will. We'll score. They'll have to do more. We will score. And when we beat them, he actually apologised to the Barca supporters. He said, I'm sorry, but Liverpool are a great side. They're paying 150 for Mac, but can't see it. No chance. No chance. Maka will be our captain one day, says Ukaslaw. Ukaslaw, not Ukaslaw. Ukaslaw. No, you're right. He will be. You can see the way they love the club. But I was worried, I haven't seen McAllister in any of the pre-seasons. Then I was watching Inside Anfield when they landed in Hong Kong. There he is, on the training pitch. I was made up with Darryl. It's Ozzy Osbourne, Ted. Oh. I think I know. I didn't know that, Darryl. Okay, now. Ozzy. I remember someone saying, it was on the telly, and it was about the cult and everything else. And he said, never mind the cult, I'm the devil. I'm the fucking devil. That's what he said. Live on the telly. Ozzy. I like that bigger Emmy. I loved it. Met him outside Radio Merseyside. I just come out of there, and there he is. I said, all right, Lemmy. Oh, Silver Machine. I said, you sing it? You still sing that, live? He said, don't you go to concerts? I said, no. But he said, no, someone else sings it now. We can't get to the notes. I said, go away. He said, yeah. That was Lemmy. I said, we need to start learning to tie down contracts once they get to around 2 years left before teams like Madrid start sniffing. Says, yeah, absolutely. But we've been saying that. We've always said that, Lee, as you know. Unless they want to see them go. It's as simple as that. And really, I think the likes of, if what's his name goes, Robertson, that'll free up a lot of money. He's on a big wage, him. Yeah, Toscana. Yeah, just been talking about it. My son's just texted me Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. Oh, it's so sad. I said, mine, Ozzy. Paranoia. Great. One of my favourite songs, huh? Great guitar. And great bass guitar. And Ray says, Núñez is a good player, but he just hasn't fitted into the Reds. Yeah, you can't argue with that, really. Unfortunately, says Dean, I never actually watched them, but I watched videos and heard stories from my dad and granddad. Oh, stop it now. Why did you just leave us at Dad? Oh, right, make me feel old now. And see clips of him making tackles and running to the cop and get. Or before the other fella, Klopp. See, like, not only him scoring, but if anyone else, he'd run, if we were kicking into he'd run to the cop. One of us, because we're like that, aren't we? And that's what he did. Do you know what it reminds me of? Federico Chiesa. Remember when Núñez scored against Brentford? And Chiesa ran past, go towards the corner, where all our lads were and girls. And he ran over. And Chiesa went past him as though he'd scored. And that was the passion. That was the Joey Jones. And with Federico's wife gone back to Italy. It's writing on the wall, isn't it? Anyway, getting back to what Dino said. And see clips of him making tackles, running to the cop and giving it loads. And just as you say, loving playing for his boyhood club and being a fan on the pitch. What he may have lacked in quality, which he wasn't the worst player of by any stretch, he more than made up in his art. Yes, as he played. Look, you go to the game. Everyone goes to the game. Even if I can't get to the game now, as you know. And, you're watching it. It's there, your art's there. The last game I went to, it was the year before last, where we played Southampton. I was with my little granddaughter, Sophia. I was made up because I've been to the games with my two grandsons. And I said to her mother, I just want to go to the game with Sophia to say that I've been with them all. So anyway, we got there and got a great spec. And I never felt sorry for, because all the kids were out. Was Gapco he played, And Gapco come up, and he never has a good game, you know. And I shouted down to him, shut up, lads, you know, all right? Looks over. I love the way Gap goes, you see, when he runs over to the cop or anywhere else, the Anfield Road, and goes when he scores, he salutes them. That's a great gesture, you know. He salutes us. Edward, no, that's Sel Nunes, but is he in his peak? That's a good point. That is he in his peak? But you know, if he goes, I don't know. Only when the Grafton a couple of times. Only went to Grafton. All you can drink for a tenner on a Friday night, says Edward. Great to Grafton. The Squirrel Dance, incredible. The Grafton Squirrel Dance. Has anybody ever heard it? Has anybody ever heard about it? No. The Grafton Squirrel Dance. The Squirrel Dance. It's incredible. That should have been on the banner. The Grafton Squirrel Dance. If we do get 4 new players, is 9 new players too many? Do you know what I was thinking, Edward? Last season, the beginning of last season, I said our lads, the likes of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, I said they'd have all gelled coming into this season. That's what I said from the season before. And what about them gelling this season? It's like what you said. You know, we could easily be playing with just Mo up front, who's a regular, and the others are inexperienced. You've got to say it, inexperienced. You know, the likes of Ekatike. See what I mean? And if Diaz goes and you bring that Rodrigo in, but it'll be awesome, you know, the forward. Imagine he said, Zeno, Lee Brady, happy days, lad. I never qualified for this one. Can't complain, mate. I've had the last few cup finals and the European Cup finals, so I'll just watch it in mine. And beneath that comment, he's very jealous. Send me a slip. I can't even go to a bloody game. Even go on my holidays. Sick of me, honestly, sick. Makes you think, says Lee Brady. I can't remember ever Klopp getting this sort of backing and money to spend, or we probably would have already have been as he sack, etc. But either way, the future is looking great. I'm glad you never said bright. It's just a cliche, that, isn't it? The future looking bright has become a cliche. I personally don't see Isak happening. I think we get the and Fofana and Mateta, says Darryl. I wonder who will be the new voice at Anfield after Sefton left. Yeah, George. Yeah. sad. Isak's been training on his own, apparently, says Yusuf. Oh, he's going to leave him. He's going to leave. Look, he's supported Liverpool for years. I was a kid. And once Liverpool, showed not just interest, big interest. Big interest. And they said, no, Eddie Howe just doesn't send him home and then leave him out again for another pre-season. You just don't do that. When he went up to Celtic, he sent him home for the first one. And then he didn't bring him up to Celtic. You don't do that. I think he sent him home because he's gone, listen, Liverpool. And he's got, look, just go home and think about it. And he must have phoned him and got in touch with him, before they were going up to Celtic. And what do you think? You thought it's over now? I want to go, I want to go. Liverpool's a massive club. It's massive. And that's one of the lads said, we had the best manager, in my opinion. We've had the best manager since Bob Paisley. And that was Jurgen Klopp. You've got to look what he won on a shoestring. And he would have won a lot more if he would have been given the money what's being given today. I'm telling you now. But that's me. That's my opinion. And I know other lads are there. I know other lads who say the same. They're not stupid. IBR. Even in John Franco, whole pure wealth could have reinterpreted that, IBR. Unlucky, Gino. I'll sing for you. I'm Frank down there, mate. I missed out on the European final. Was gutted. He will do that, Dino. Because what that lad did for me, I'll never forget. He did it for me in France. He went to that wall, the Jota wall, the 20 wall, and put my name on a brick because he knew that I couldn't make it. Never forget that. That's one of the best gestures I've ever had in my entire life. Someone thinking about me and the way I am. I won't forget that. Little scene. So he'll do that for us. He will sing and shout and swear. As we do. Bill Clopper statue. Yeah, now there's a face and a name. Hey Frank, how's it going? Okay, how are you? I've seen you for yonks. It's been a while since I was last here. We've now spent 300 million this summer. Fag in. I love these owners. Is that FSG and fag in? We need all the FSG out to give some apologies now because they are managing this club so well. I think it's the Qataris. I think they sold them to the Qataris myself. Liverpool's yelly as well. Hey Frank, did you know that Ekatike, name spelled backwards, is Ekatike? Palindrome. Abbey. See, my name spelled backwards is Errol Flynn. You didn't know that, did you? The Shabby. Only 4 other players in our history have had that before. Can you name any? Oh, come on. So fucking hell. Gotta get through the show. Do you know when people are saying about this is a great it's the best ever, it's the best ever. I go back to when we signed Peter Beardsley and Johnny Barnes. Johnny Barnes, Peter Beardsley. And they were proven. Wow. We've got them. We've got them. And I remember when Kevin Keegan left. No, I didn't know too much about Kenny Dalglish. Signing him for 440,000. Does Bob know what he's doing? And you know, we were just talking about young fellas. Oh, he must know. He must be good up there. Because all Scottish players at the time were brilliant. Kane. Because we thought we'd miss Kev. Following year, he scores at Wembley to lift the European Cup. And he ran right over in the corner where I was with all the rest of the lads. I always remember my mate's brother, older, he was older than us, Tucker Smith. And I was he sat me on the show. He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Okay, for a fucking bottle of milk. What you think I'm doing here?" And don't be cheeky. So, straight back. What are you doing here? Hey, for a bottle of milk. Leave it easy. As the new vice captain being picked, who do you think? Do you think it should be Mo Salah or McAllister? Who do you have? I think it'll go to Mo, though, to be honest. There are 2 Annas in the 1890s who played for our club. Then there's Kabak. Fucking hell. Ojo. Yeah, Ojo. More recently, to have a palindrome surname. More recently. I'll go with that, actually. When I think about it. But I can't think, you see, because I've got to do this. Toscana. Macca says in an interview that he was aware of the clubs after him, but wasn't interested in leaving. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Tosh. Thank you. Gutted about Ozzy. He said he just wanted to live one more gig, which he did and was amazing. But so sad. He was funny. He was funny, Lee. He was. I am the fucking devil. It's a live interview. Funny. He just come out and said, I think some, his music is devilish. Some critic. He said, I am the fucking devil. That's the way you are. That's the way we are. Maybe I says apparently we're bringing in Adam Wharton next summer, so it could be McAllister goes to Madrid. Apparently, Adam Wharton over McAllister. He won't have even reached his peak. McAllister's only, what, 24? Think about it. And you never walk alone says, hey Frank, would you keep or sell Darwin? Maybe he's the backup we need for Ekatike and we replace Lucho with Rodrigo on the left wing. Good shout. Good shout. Very good shout there. I think, yeah. I think selling Darwin for anything less than 60 million, says the family. Wouldn't be smart. Wouldn't be smart. Exactly. The king. John Henry must have liked getting pissed on that bus parade. He's found his checkbook at last. Look at that name. Flits. Yeah. It's like our banners, isn't it? Bill Clopper statue. Flits. Oh, brilliant. Need to offer. No, hang on. Hey, Frank, how are you? Do you have any worries with Ekatike's scoring record? The fact that he's only had a top season and otherwise he hasn't been a goal scorer. You see, look, if you would have said if you would have just said, I don't want to knock the lad, because I believe Paris Saint-Germain went back for him and he refused him. He said, no, you fucking let me go. It didn't give me a chance. This is what he's supposed to have said. If you would have said who was you'd rather have had bringing in Ekatike or Isak, I would have just said Isak, like that. Can I answer you that way? And Edwards need to offer contracts to the players who have 3 years. Yes. Yeah, I agree there. Someone mentioned, I think, before about the likes of Elliot. Not Elliot. Was it Doug and Batatic? Would you sell Doug or just put them out on loan and Batatic? I'd just sell them. Myself personally. Because they're not going to hit that level we need. That's me. That's me. That's just me. But you're right, Edwards, we do need to address them. We always have done, if you know what I mean. In the past, we've addressed them. Ozzy Osbourne is one of the most iconic rock singers for me, alongside Ronnie James Dio, Robert Plant. Great Robert Plant. But I like Lemmy, honestly. Silver Machine, one of the best ever. ELO, love ELO. No. Flirts, come on. So he's only come on, and he's strangling me with comments about it. Good comment, though. If Lucio and Darwin left, would you rather we go for Rodrigo or he said back? Well, we okay. We've got the likes of Gapco there, haven't we? Out on it. Who to go for, Rodrigo or Isak? Rodrigo's great, but this lad is a natural goal scorer. Could you imagine him and Mo Salah together? Mo Salah with his assists. Mo Salah, his assists are remarkable, right through his career. For Liverpool, I'm talking about. Unbelievable. Could you imagine finding him? Isak, I'm talking about. But it's still a terrible comment for me, a question for me to ask. Really? I'd like to play. I've always wanted Flirts. I've always wanted Nkappi because he's a great left back and he can play left side as centre back. I wanted him. Last year. The lads would tell you. I wanted Kvaratskhelia last year. The lads would tell you. And we could have had him last summer for 58 mil. We could have had him in the winter for 58 mil. Didn't bother. Should be saving enough for this summer. Anyway, Dino says Nunes is awful. The English game is too quick for him to process. He nearly fell over his own feet when he scored against Preston. He's never going to improve. Get shot, no big loss. And that's saying it in one big nutshell. Is Darwin the GOAT? Where have you all been? Hey Frank, it's been a long task. I got summer job working as a swimming pool. At a swimming pool as a lifeguard, so I've been very big. God, good for you. Good for you. I went for a job as a lifeguard. And he went, all right, I've been there. I said, where's your ring? He said, what are you talking about, your ring? I said, the big ring you put around your waist. That go fuck off. So I never got the job. I'm the proverbial fella who sits on the beach and gets sand kicked in his face because I can't swim. Someone asked, why can't you swim? I said, I don't know. Because all we did growing up was play football. The bear, are you bear? Hi Frank, hope you're well tonight. Great bear to see you. And Darwin the GOAT. Darwin the GOAT. But let me tell you, it's a very fun job. I get to look at women in bikinis all day. I'm not going down that way. I'm not going down that route, Darwin. I carried on my head. But to talk about Liverpool on a more serious note, do you agree Darwin should stay since his only option is Saudi now? I don't want our boy Darwizi to waste his career. There. He's still just 25. That's a good point, that actually. But it's up to him. You can go there, make loads of money, but he's making loads of money here anyway. He's a millionaire now. The Bear. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Thanks. Thank you. Liverpool videos, right? Yeah. Hi Frank, how are you feeling physically? Is the back better? Is the back better? Do you know, it's hard to explain, honestly. I twisted on here. It turns. Because remember, I used to get a pain down here. Still do now and again. But that seems to have gone just because of this twist. I just twisted on here. But I had one excruciating pain in my left arm, and it was soon after that. But I'm still, I'm not the doctor's tomorrow. I've had my MRI as a check. That was mad, them things. Big up Scottish Bear, says the Edward. He's gone, that Bear's gone. He's gone to his Bible studies. That's love. The Liverpool. I just hit the like button. I am often in the lives of yours. Just don't chat much. But why don't you? I appreciate you, and I subbed 6 months ago. So I'm really happy to see you surpass the 1K. So thank you. Thanks, video. Just say you're here. Even, if you don't want to say anything, like get rid of McAllister, things like that. Get rid of Ali. Only joke. Just say so. Just say, oh yeah, I'm here. That's all. Edward, do the squirrel dance, Frank. And the bit, yeah, the squirrel dance. Don't you know what it is? It was incredible, the squirrel dance. Alan Morris. Frankie, love when I see you online, as I can talk to you like I'm talking to my dad, as he's your generation. He was there saying Billy Little. How far he went back. Who was your favourite unsung hero? I haven't got an unsung hero, but my favourite player, and I only mentioned this a month or two ago, Alan, being honest, and albeit he's renowned as a great player, he was underrated at the time. Albeit, get in and whatever. And this fella scored fantastic goals. He scored the best goal I've ever seen at Anfield. Ever. Best club goal, in my opinion. Best club goal. And he scored, I put 1 second as well that he scored. And it was against the same team, not at the same time, not at the same game. Incredible. And that was the 7th goal against Spurs, the header, at Anfield. The second one was down at Spurs White Hart Lane. I was there again. I didn't go to the game. I didn't go to away games. And it was when he brought it down. Kaiser and just hit it from the right wing. It was an incredible goal. And I'm sorry if there's any Evertonians here, but the goal he scored against Everton up in the main road, the guy just looked up, chipped it. The ball came to him, he stopped it, looked up, and chipped it. Terry McDermott scored the first goal in a European, I'm talking about European Cup final in Roma. I was there. It's funny, you know, because we got beat by Manchester United at Wembley. And all the lads, honestly, when I went, all the lads who went to Rome first time, 77, knew we were going to win. Oh, but yeah, we just got beat. People weren't worried about that, honestly. You know, we weren't like, oh, you know, if we weren't playing in the final or any, we'd be disappointed. But we knew we were going to win. Strange, like, feeling. Not a strange feeling, great feel. Oh, it has. Big up, Frank, mate. Hope you're well today. Yeah, good for it. It's great having this, you know, this chat with you. It really is. Honestly. There's a clip. Do you know, there's a clip of him on the coach after losing the FA Cup final to the septic tanks in 77, and he says he's gonna batter his cat. The dog will get it, and the cat, especially the cat. Imagine him saying it now. He'd get lynched, but that was Joey. Light-hearted banter, always making a joke. He always said that, though, didn't he? Kick the cat with me, you know. Never had a cat in my life. To be honest, never had a dog until I got married, right? And it was my birthday. And all of a sudden, I came home from work, parked the car up, and I went in, and she went, she had this fucking big thing in her arm. And I was like, she said, there's your birthday present. The pup it was. But I should have seen the size of the pup. It was a Doberman pincer. And it fucking hated me. It hated me. Beautiful dog. What'd you get that for? Wouldn't let me up into the bedroom and everything, you know. But that's me. Tells bro, good to see you, says the bear. And IBR, the Grafton Squirrels and sounds nuts when you've got it right. Because it was twice around the floor, then outside for your nuts. That was the squirrel dance. Dean O'Brien, say Ekatike backwards and it says Ekatike. As much as I like Nunes, it's his ball control and dribbling that's terrible. Always looks like he's struggling. Yeah. Do the squirrel dance for the chef, Franco? Can't. We'll get locked up. Just told you what it was. IBR. Newcastle are after the Brentford striker, says IBR. Callum Franco. We all love FSG. There's a lot of noise about us going in for Fofana. Mine's Yad. Oh, it doesn't sound or look. Doesn't look or sound exciting. I agree there, but your name backwards. Let me try and guess mine. Signaf Eliorak. Something like that. Signaf. Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Very sad to hear about Joey. Yeah, he was a great player. Rest in peace. Never walk out. Yeah, we've been talking about him, Christopher. I'm not sure if I could go. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it could go to Mo, but I think Mo is vocal enough. So probably Macca. I don't think Mo is vocal enough. I don't know what you're talking about here. Was it? Gets in McDonald. Sharon. I'm sorry, I'm going to leave you here, boys. I don't mean leave you, I don't know what you're talking about. And Lee says, what's happening? But I haven't a clue, Lee. I like dance. And the Christopher says, I still think we're getting Isak. Definitely something going on, you know, you just so. Christopher. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Edward, it will be good if Vert makes an impact like Salah did when he came. I just hope the fans are not expecting too much, you know. The first few games, you have to let them. You have to let them settle a bit. But Mo was a different kettle of fish, wasn't he? Different animal. He just scored first game, bang, goal. IBR to Callum. Nissan is the guy, you're right, so maybe Isak is leaving. I mean, Wissa. The lovely Bella Vitalia. Buonasera, Franco, buonasera. Bella, come stai? Academy. Barry Aldridge. Frank, do you think Salah becomes a better player or someone who has more freedom to assist with the level of players we brought in? That's a cracking comment and question. Mo is Mo. That's all I can say. I think Mo will have, believe it or not, I think Mo will have more freedom because their defences will be all over the place in the midfield, running after our lot. Some might agree with me here, but the likes of Lucho, I'd like him to stay because he can get that ball and he runs at their defences. And he frees up other their players. I think Mo will be more free as well. I really do. I'm not just saying that. Someone mentioned me back before. It's fucking gone on. I should have touched the MDF, shouldn't I? Darryl, Liverpool rejected a 68 million second bid for. I think that's telling us he's staying, you know. Because if we don't get Rodrigo, he's staying. That's what tells me. Bella tell you. Franco been to a few matches, sat in the car a few times. What a feeling. Great. I've seen some. The greatest roar I ever heard in my life. Maybe it was because it was the Kop. And maybe it was because about 26,000 was in there at the time. Standing. And when David Fairclough scored against San Etienne, the roof, never heard anything like it in my life. Unbelievable. It was a roar. And it was reverberating around everywhere. And you know what? It was the first time that I went home. And I had ringing in my ears. Honestly, even the next day. It was incredible. I seen it again, you know, but it was different. I was up in the Annie Road stand at the time, and that was the Chelsea game. Do you know what the goal that never was? By Garcia. As they say, it's not me saying it was. If that wouldn't have been a goal, you know what I mean? The referee would have had to blow up for a penalty and send Peter Cech off. Peter Cech off, not Chekhov. Great writer, Chekhov, by the way. the Orchard, Chekhov. But he would have been sent off. They would have been down to 10 men. We would have stuffed them. Alan Morris. Terry McDermott was class. You mentioned his great goals, but what about the one against Aberdeen, against Fergie? Great chip over Jim Leighton. He could do that, Alan. He could chip. He could hit. He was an incredible player. See, that goal he scored, I think it's the best goal ever. He ran from our 6-yard box. That was the engine on him. And he ran, and he kept running. And it was one-touch football out to Stevie Highway. And what you've got to take into the consideration is Stevie Highway was just about in there half. He was just over the halfway line. And he looked up and he seen the run. And he hit a ball from the wing just inside there. Perfect as he's running. You know, the dynamics of that, the physics of it, it's impossible for a football to travel right over like that as he's running onto it. See what I mean? The ball there, and he's running onto it. Everything comes into that goal. Everything. That's why I said it was the greatest goal ever. But he has, you know, as you said about against Fergie's Aberdeen, we stuffed them that night 3-0, as I recall. Do you know what, though? I think Fergie hated us after that. Ewan Cole. Oh, yeah, Ewan. Never seen you before, friend. Can you like and subscribe, please, to the channel? Just to get the algorithm up there, please. Miss our #20. You all do. We all do. One of the lads on here, I mentioned him before, and he went and put my name on the brick because I couldn't get there. I was too ill, to be honest. Couldn't get to the brick. I had to go home after laying something down in honor of Diogo. I don't like this. Diogo. Darryl says, I want Fofana. He is identical to Mane. Mane was great, as you know, Darryl. We all loved Mane. Sadio. And the bear says, I think Fofana will be Chiesa's replacement. Yeah, I think Federico's going, unfortunately. Our Italian brothers going. Sham LFC, 100%. New subscriber. Oh, thank you, Sham. Thank you, fella. Mazer. New subscriber. Thank you. Scott, he must know the Scottish bear. The Sham. Joey King. Rip Joey Jones. Also, 3 years ago today, David Moores passed also. Rest in peace. Go away, it was 3 years ago. David. And he actually, everybody was going mad when he sold to Exeter. I know the story. I gave her, I'm not hearing it again now. why he sold, and he did apologise to the fans. He said, "I'm sorry, I sold to them. I'm sorry." He's done a lot for Liverpool Football Club. He's done a hell of a lot for Football Club. He said, "I just can't afford it anymore to keep going." Or because of Abramovich when he came into Chelsea. Hey, Bear, not too good, mate. Coming up 2 years since Lou died. A year? Well, it doesn't half go over. I was only saying that on the history show last night. I was saying, hello, Monday people. No sooner you say, hello, Monday people, you're saying there's a gate the following week. The week just goes over. The only time it ever drags is for football fans. Because when the season starts, they can't wait for the season to start, the new season. So it drags. Or if you're going on holiday, it seems to drag before you go away. Because you're counting down the days, not the weeks or the months, you're counting down the days. Do you know what? I was looking for something, and I found it. It must have been off one of my tellies. A remote, I think it's off one of my tellies. I don't know what it is. Brand new it is. Brand new remote. Very slim and sturdy, and never used it. Must have been off one of my tellies, and like things, things that you get and you never use. I haven't a clue what it is. I haven't a clue. Well, I'm not just saying that. Just having a clue. Lee Brady, I'm just hoping if any of the players are struggling about Jota, that they speak to someone in case it impacts their performance and mental health, especially Robbo Whiting has been hit the hardest in the team with being so close to Jota and being to his wedding. Wasn't he the best man? Any recent photos and videos of him, he doesn't look as usual self staring into space. And funny enough, I was going to ask, do you think the likes of Robbo will be leaving us? See, sentimentality now has gone, don't you think? I mean, with retaining players. Excuse me. But retaining players. Do you reckon? From the Scottish Bear. Sham, good lad, Frank, is a living legend, historian, and has been a Liverpool fan for over 70 years. Frank reads out everyone's comments. He's the GOAT. But the Bear is right. Not the GOAT, like, but support that Reds. Seen us all. Proud of me. Proud of my little family are Reds too. Trying to think of something. Darrell, I knew it was about. Now, lad, keep strong, says the bear. We are always thinking about you, brother. And little Austin. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet for Frank. Thanks, says the bear. Thank you, bear. Do appreciate it, you know. And for all you people who wasn't tuning in last night, the conspiracy theories this Friday. I don't know where it went last night, you know. Someone mentioned something and I just went off on a tangent on different things that I didn't want to talk about. But on Friday, I've got a ufologist in. A ufologist. And he's good. And I'm just going to ask him about pyramids. I'll ask him. Who built them? How many cover-ups? I just can't imagine life without her there. Austin's school report was amazing. I just wish she could see it. She'd be looking down, mate. She'll see it. She'll have seen it. Idea to the bear. Fofana is a bit like Mane and maybe Luke. Oh, Brian Fennell is my mate, all the way from Seattle. And he flies over and goes to match from Seattle. And Seattle is on the west coast of America, not the east, which is 3,000 miles nearer to Seattle. Incredible. Hey, Frank, I thought you were taking the summer off. No, I wasn't taking the summer off, Brian. I just stopped, you know, doing like every other day a football thing because, you know, we were getting the same old rhetoric every day off pods. Know what I mean? It was just the same. And I didn't want to be in that group. I just didn't want to be repeating what other people were saying. Who do you think we're going to get here? And I always said, as you know, Brian, and as everyone on here, let's see who we get. But seeing that we got these lads in now, who would you, you know, this is me now, who would you like to see come in? Who else? Would you like that Isak and Rodrigo? And as I said before, Brian, if we got those two in, along with what we've got, we'd be unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Then I said, who do you think, you know, the exits are? And no one's mentioned Joe Gomez. Do you think he'll go? Know what I mean? I think Harvey Elliott as well. I think he'll be on his way up. I'm being honest there. That's me. I think Federico's on his way as well, to be honest. Wasn't even in the squad. So I'm back with the football. And leave 80. I've heard about the loudest games at Anfield against Sanity. Oh, sorry, I can't. It's all right. Sanity. I can't spare. And Chelsea 2000. I can't really pick one out since I've been going to the PSG. At home last season was really loud. Yeah. I think we should have beat them that night, though. But I don't want to get into that. That's gone now. We should have beat them. We beat them in Paris. Should have beat them. And gone on and won it. But they, honestly, that Chelsea game, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what else, what a big noise was the Olympiacos game when Steven Gerrard hit it. Just went up. The volume. But as I said, not unlike that San Etienne game. Maybe it was because I was younger, I don't know. But I was lifted off my feet as well, you know, because you're that tight. But honestly, I had ringing in my ears for 2 days. For 2 days. Ringing. Is that phone going? That'll be today. Is that phone going? The phone's there. Oh, phone. And I'll say, it's my birthday in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 4 days in between the dates. So, hiya, mate. There's the man with the greatest name ever. David Shakespeare. David Shakespeare. Hiya, David. Hiya, Frank. Hope you're okay. Good to see you, David. Really. Oh, what an era to be governed by idiots to the blind. Great quote by Shakespeare. Uncle Rod's, Uncle Rod's TV, there he is. Big up, Frank. Hiya, Rods. Hope you're well, mate. That's lovely. Big up, Uncle, says Edward. And Scottish Bear to the Darrell. Darrell broke China's the biggest stealer. Got to take notice. My Uncle Rod's in the house, says the Scottish Bear. Great. And David says, Shakespeare, what do you think of our signing so far? Do you think Karate will leave or sign a new contract? And if he does leave, who do we get? Do you think we will get Isak? What do you think we will win this season? As I was saying before, if we sign Isak along with Ekatike, but let's leave the others aside, but if we sign Rodrigo and Isak, we'll win the lot. I've never said that in my entire life, honestly. And I've watched great Liverpool sides in the past. I've watched the 70s side, the latter part of the 70s into the 80s. They were the best sides ever. the greatest ever. We won 3 European Cups. No, we didn't. We won 4 European Cups when you had to be champions of your country and you had to play the best teams in Europe. The greatest. But this lot, if we get them 2 players, we'll win the lot. And I've never ever said that, as I said. I always said, going back to the 70s and 80s, that we could do a double. And we did. But I never said we'd win the lot. Albeit a great side. And it was harder to win the European Cup then. Much harder. Steve. Let's go, champ. There you stay. I'm sorry, just going to go back here to David, what David said. Do you think Konate, he seems happy today, you know. I was watching inside Anfield and he seemed happy. Laughing and joking. I was watching it again last week and he seemed happy. So whether he'll go or not, I just don't know. If he goes, you know, I'd like him as a replacement. People are saying about that Gay. I'd love that in Cappy. I'd love it. And he can play left side and centre back besides a left back. So we can cover up. I'd love that in Cappy. I've always said that. That's if Konate goes. Suppose no one will agree with me, like, but champ in the building, says the Scottish thing. IBR. Having a more pace outside Frimpong Kirkers and hopefully for Farmer. Make some more space down the middle for McAllister to drift into the box and Szoboszlai. Fantastic. So you get it worked out, don't you? And where does Mo fit into this? The Sham says, yes, Frank, Scottish Bear brought me over to the channel. Thank you. Thank you, Sham. Appreciate that. I'll appreciate the bear every bit. Appreciate the bear. And Steve to Darryl, surround yourself with family and friends on the anniversary of your wife's passing. Stay strong. Can't say too much, can you, really? And the bear says, go few in the chat, hit the like and subscribe for our Frank. Thanks. Aren't they lovely? Thank you. Thank you. And even the Sham says it. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Isn't that lovely? And his name. I don't ask for anything, you know. I don't ask for super chats or anything like that. I don't want any money. Honestly. And I try to read all, when I'm on my own, that is, I try to read every comment out. Every single one. Lee, do you think Rio Nagamoa, have I said that right? We'll get more games to see? What a talent, and his training with the... Yeah, he is. He's over in Hong Kong, says Lee Brady. Yeah, he's over in Hong Kong, Lee. Will he get more game time? I think he'll get game time in cup games. You know, like the Caribou Cup. Do you know what he might even throw him in? The Champions League game. You know, if we're playing like a lower team to see how he'd fit in. And don't forget, he hasn't got the experience, you know. He just hasn't got that experience yet. But he's going to be something else. He really is going to be. I've seen a little bit of it today on the telly. He just left a mature player, shall I say. Just left the mature player was just standing there. Just away. Just went out. You know. Like I used to be, you know, as you all know. When you see those videos of me. You believe that, you believe it. Stevie, even in chaps and chapettes, excuse the late appearance. Hope everyone in fine form and fettle. You get off. You come in, put a little thing on and get off. Lee Brady. Gomez will get his goal this year. I'd love that, you know. And I love the way, you know, he gets the ball, say he's just outside the area, or a few yards outside the area. Shoots. Boy. Shoot. And I love when Emu gets it. And the noise. Oh, brilliant. It's like a tribal thing, isn't it? It's like a tribal thing. Oh, that's brilliant. I miss all those things. David shit. No, he's not going anywhere. Believe it or not, he's pivotal. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why, David. I'll tell you right now why. He's a scouser. He's the only scouser. And there's a scouser in our team. It's pivotal. Whether he starts a game, whether he's on the bench and comes on. David, honestly, I'm sorry there. But the likes of Jones, I know that he blows hot and cold, but when he's hot, he's fucking brilliant. He is. He's absolutely brilliant. That's just me. Barry, Frank, if Rodrigo and Isha came in, what do you think will happens to Gapco? Yeah. But I think they'll keep the squad, you know. And, you know, I think they've now realised, look, for the last 4 years, especially the last 3, not last season especially, but 2 seasons before then, we went after the quadruple. And we just blown up because we never had the squad in depth to do it. And we would have done that. We would have got 2 quads if we would have had the squad that we've got today. The depth I'm talking about, quality on the bench. Because we blew up because we were overplayed. And there wasn't really anyone to fulfill the players that were blowing up their quality. But now we've got quality. I'd even keep Gomez, because Joe, you know, we spoke about loyalty with Joey Jones. He was very loyal, Joey. But this fella, Joe Gomez, he plays great and he gets dropped, but he doesn't say anything. Then he's out for a while, then he comes in again, plays. And he's good. He's good. He can play anywhere across the back line. That's why Tottenham remember when they went in for him? Was it last season or the season before? And they wanted him. And Brian, my mate, says, get Fofana and Gear, then a young centre-back. If all that, then we're intact, ready to defend the title. Only hurdle now is how the players adjust to the new league and each other. Yeah, we were talking about that before, you know. I mentioned about gelling, because now new players have to gel. They gelled for last season, and look what happened. But now, with all these new players coming in and other players, he will definitely be going out. Excuse me. I have to say that now. Excuse that. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, getting back to this, yeah. You've got to gel, Brian. But I think because they're that good players, I think it'll be easy for them. Easier. Rather than bringing a potential in. See what I mean? But we've got to keep the experienced players there. That's why I'd like Konate to stay. You've got Mo, you've got the Birds, you've got Allison. You know, and now you've got the experience of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Gravenberch. So you've got all that experience with the new players. But the new players are going to be better. And even the bench. I can't wait to see the bench to say for the first set. I always remember it was under Rafa. And I'll never forget it. On the bench, we had on the bench, honestly, we had Xabi Alonso, Fernando Torres, and Steven Gerrard on the bench at Anfield. I think it was against Stoke, and we beat them. Their coach scored. But I've never seen the bench like that since. And I was looking at the Barca game, you know, the 4-0. And when you see who was on the bench there, you go, you know, Brewster. I think he's playing amateur football now. Brewster. And that other kid, what's his name? Then the bench was shocking. And we beat Barca. But that's the way it is. We've had some terrible benches, winning European Cups and everything. But this lot. But as I said, I'm really looking forward to but even if we don't get anyone else, even if we don't get anybody else, I think this team's going to be something to be reckoned with. The King, we took 5 goalies to Asia and Chiesa still couldn't make the squad. He needs to go with Nunes and Diaz. Replace them with Isak, Rodrigo and Fofana. I'd love that. I'd love that, King. I really would love that. And the Snapey says, when Liverpool Football Club set the benchmark, English club footballs at its strongest. Statistically, we're the most decorated for irrefutable seasons. We're number 1. We are number 1. Yes. The players now couldn't play on the mud pitches of the 70s and 80s. No, they couldn't. Do you know what? What was it? It was only today. What was it today? Yeah, on someone's post, and it was about Joe Young. And one of the lads said, I remember him scoring against Ipswich. I was at that game. Joey Jones scored. And ran all the way down from the Annie Road down to the Coffers before Klopp ever done it. Fist pumping the cup. But I was going to mention, in that game, I always remember Mick Mills, who was the captain of Ipswich, but he was also captain of England. And Stevie went up for the ball to Eddie. And Mick Mills, he hit him in the back. He was behind him, Mills, and he hit him in the back. I was right in line with him. And he hit him. Snazzy, but that's the way the game was played in those things. And Stevie bent, and he went up in the air. He was already in the air, but when he hit him, he went further up in the air and bent, and he came down. But it crashed to the turf. Now today, he'd be rolling over. I don't think he'd be rolling over because he couldn't roll up, but whatever. And everyone would be on. Stevie Highway just got up, shook himself, and carried on playing. But he didn't have to go. I fell on my back once and winded myself. You must have done it when you've winded yourself. Especially doing the squirrel dance and the Grafton on a Friday night. I'm only kidding. I've got ladies here, especially this lovely lady, Toscana, and Bella Italia. My first match at Anfield was in the away end. Went with the Leeds fans, and my last matches, I was lucky enough to have been invited to an executive. But no way. Oh, yeah. Is there a story there or something? Brian, no link. So I'll continue. In my heart of hearts, I honestly believe that slot will work. Naomi and the why did you just say Rio? With Gapco and the new winger, yeah. The Goo gets spot minutes, but Naomi will see some time as he's likely replaces Frodo. Naomi, well, he's there, isn't he? It's going to be hard, for the lad, because he's very slight. He's very slight. But that Rio was something else. David Shaker, he might throw Rio in for a Community Shield game second half. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. And as Brian said there, the likes of Naomi as well. But I think they'll be ready for those little Mad Cup matches we get. Italian women beating Lionesses at the moment. I support the Azzurri, both men and women, by the way. Always have done. Always remember that Liverpool were playing it, not Liverpool, England were playing Italy. And Steve G was the captain. And someone said, why are you supporting them? I said, because I don't support England. Stephen Gerrard's playing, so what? It's like following, say like anybody. You love the player. It's very similar to when Luis Suarez went to Barca. You're going to support Barca. I like Barca. I watch them and I do like them. And I love them to beat Real Madrid and anybody else except the Italian team. Who was support like Inter and Napoli. But you don't go because you've got a favourite player and support that team because they leave. It doesn't work like that for me. Once you support a team, you support them, whether it's national or international. Someone said, have you got a team in England? I said, no. So lad, there's only one team I support, and that's Liverpool. Christopher, we need to sign an OG. He scored more goals for Everton than anyone else last season. An OG. Alan Morris, best finish you I've ever seen, Frank. To me, it's Fowler, but you've seen a lot more. And did you see, I'm guessing, the great Jimmy Greaves? I know not Liverpool, but Jimmy Greaves was great. Jimmy Greaves was great. And I seen Roger Hunt. And when when England were playing in the World Cup against West Germany, you've got to look at Alf Ramsey. And Alf Ramsey picked over Jimmy Greaves, Roger Hunt. Roger Hunt was phenomenal. Excuse me. I've got an itchy nose. It's not like, it's just itchy. And I keep saying, it's terrible, I was shopping with our Francine, and some people recognise me. Hiya, Frank. But when they do that, Frank's doing that. Hello. What a maze. But anyway, Yeah, I've seen some great goal scorer. Ian Rush. Ian Rush was well better. I'm not being funny against Robbie Fowler. Ian Rush. Ian the Rush. And imagine having Ian Rush in the set. But Jimmy Greaves was great. Honestly, he was. IVR. If Gomez scores, I hope it's a 40-yard screamer against the Bitters in the 95th minute. How do you mean to score the 6th? In the 95th minute. Against them. Snapey. You say tribalism. I say psychologically gladiatorial. Human nature has not changed over the centuries if you study history. So we have unwavering pride in our gladiator. It's good, that. I had to study the ancient tribes of, Britannicus. And that's what you call tribalism. That's what you call. They were all gladiators, by the way. It was like the animal kingdom. Don't come near our territory. Until the Romans went, "I'll behave yourselves. Get back in your little straw tents, straw huts." Good shout, that. I might give you a gold star, Sleepy. Brian, Nunes, if they don't decide to buy another forward, might get a left wide makeover. He's inconsistent in scoring, but he has the pace and the size to be wide disruptor. But I think his time is up. Do you know what I think? The brilliant comments tonight, Brilliant comments. Evening, Barry Aldrich. Right, I'm going to go down, boys, because I'll have to finish, Scottish Bear. Hugo Ekateki has completed main part of his medical test today as the new Liverpool player. 6-year contract awaiting. Callum, frankincense. We should expect 2 to 3 more signings, lad. Yeah. Let's hope. And let's hope that they are the right ones. What do you think? And as the Sham says, get in to the Bear. Now let's go for our next target. Next target has to be Isak. Has to be. And Rodrigo. Or the two of them at one. Looking like Ekatike will be announced tomorrow, says the Bear. Yeah. Yeah. And Yusuf. That Community Shield is cursed. I'm not sure I want to win that 50 pence coin. David. I wish Liverpool will just sum up the money for Isak and just for him to say yes or no. and wish Canate would decide his future, either sign or go, because we got 3 weeks before the season starts and wants a new contract. Or we'll have to have, as David carries on, person in ASAP. And shout the bear. Who wouldn't want Vert and Salah feeding you? Blessed, says Ekati. Does he? Is that what he said? Really? I said that about Isak, you know. I said, you know, just imagine him, player. Just imagine. I said it at the beginning, didn't I? Just imagine the assists by Mo. What he could do. He's a great assister. How many assists would he get besides scoring goals himself? If they came, fucking hell. Barry, Liverpool will probably have to sell Canate for around 25 to 30. Otherwise, will we get his full attention for next season before he goes or not? That's a good point, though. That's a very good point, though. And Sneaky, to pin your colours to the mast as kids right up passage. We're so privileged we have the top of the great eastern mast to pin ours to. Yes. We even excel at symbolism. Yeah, the great eastern mast. The flagpole, our flagpole outside the cup. Stories that can tell of the Titanic and the passengers, the people who made it, and also the games that were played at Anfield, like Sanity, like the craziest goal ever scored at Anfield, with a minute to go. And I'll tell you, I was going to ask you that at the beginning, but I didn't. So I'll say it now. The craziest goal ever was Origi's goal against Everton. Yes, and it came off the bat. Sleepy. Good night, one and all. Good night, Steve. Thanks for joining us, lad. I really appreciate it. And the bear, Jimmy McGorry, 522 league goals for Celtic. I never seen him, Frank. My father said he was the best finisher he had ever seen. When I was working away at summer season once, I was with two Glaswegians, and they brought me up to where they lived, a place called Castle Milk. But anyway, at the time, they used to sing. Was it you might tell me here, bear. Feed the bear, feed the bear. The bear is fucking everywhere. Feed the bear, something like that. There's a fella named Murdoch. Feed the bear. It's always names in my head, that. Two great fellas. They came up to see me. I had to go home before the season ended, and they came up after the season. And I had like a weekend, or was it a weekend? A few days, and I went up there with them. Got off at Central Station, which was just so. I said, "This is just like Lime Street." And they said exactly the same, but they didn't say it to me when they got here to my home, my mum's. They said we said that when we got off Live Street, isn't it like Central Station? Mad. Adrada Selkanate says the IBR as it will be like the Trent situation all over again, and the press will ask Slot if he is staying every week. You're right. That's a good shout. Q Tomads. Have I got that right? Q Tomads. How does Ireland's here? And Scottish Bear is here. Guys, the goat. Yeah, I bet you the goat. How does Ireland here? I'm cracking up. Barry Alden, Pickford's humiliated after the Origi bar goal serves him right after the injury he gave to Virgil, yeah. Do you ever remember what was his name? What's his name? Remember when Pickford, the little dinosaur, remember when he got the ball and he was wasting time and he dived on it? Remember that? He was just diving on the ball. Like. And Ali did it. Took the piss out of him. Remember that? I did. Dived on the ball. I mean, it was brilliant the way he did it. He's dirty, that Pickford. I don't like that. He is dirty, that one. I'm going to finish on this with the sneaky. I'll have to. I'll have to finish on. Snapey says, as clinical finishes, Ian Rush stands alone, yes. Granted, he was afforded the ultimate butler service from the King, but Rush's 346 goals put him in a verified echelon, unmatched by many others. Rushy. Don't forget who he played under. Yes. He was great, Rushy. You know, he was just there. But when he went to the Juve, came back, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same. That's in my opinion, by the way. Just wasn't the same. And cute to mods. Frank, glad to find you. Here's a sub, and thank you. Oh, to mods, thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Already nearly 3 weeks ago, Jota died. Now, Joey Jones. This is sad. Yes. We'll never forget them, you know. And as that fella said, that kid, remember what I said about the bands? And you see a black and white picture after Shankly had died. Kid sitting on someone's shoulders. And he has a little white banner. Little white banner. Must have got a bit of paint and put it on. Shankly lives forever. That's the greatest banner ever. Should be in the museum. Should be in the museum. That banner. Shankly lives forever. And we all live forever. For the club that we love. Let me know. I'll have to come on there Thursday morning. Because to see what's happening. Because business is still going. Still going on. So I'll see you all on Thursday. If you want. If you want. But don't forget don't forget me conspiracies and theories. Conspiracies and theories. Friday night, I've got a ufologist on, and I'm going to ask him who built the pyramids. Edward, thanks Frank, up the Reds. Thank you, Edward. Sham, great stream, Frank. I will be back again. You'll never walk alone, and a thumbs up. Sham, mille grazie. Thank you. Barry, great stream, Frank. Rip Tiogo. Yes. Edward, when's the next footy stream? I'm glad you asked that. I'll do one on Thursday because there's so much happening at the moment. Then after that will be next Tuesday. Don't want to get into all these. You're getting fellas on fucking YouTube. They're on every 2 minutes, but they're giving the same rhetoric. I'd rather have you comment because it's not the same rhetoric. It's different. This channel. Never forget Jota sitting down Tarkovsky for his final goal ever. Says Callum. Scottish Bear. To his mate. Bro, good to see you again. Welcome to Frank's family. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Shout out from the Midlands and Ireland. Irish, yeah. I'm an ex-lecturer, and I used to do the Romans, you know, but I also lectured about the Irish from 1566 to the present day. And if you go onto YouTube, and there's a fella, an Irish lad, he phoned me up, and he said to me, Padre Cronin, and he said to me, he knew about me, you know, and he knew about the Irish as well. And because someone had seen me giving a lecture about them, about the Irish, in some place. And he said, would you do it, you know, talk about the Irish? I said, yeah. And he's a Red as well. So if you go on YouTube and get up Padre Cronin, you'll see me. You know, down, look through his thing, and just put me in. Frank Carlyle, you just get it right away. He interviewed me. Big up, brother. Big up. Bear, of course, I'll see you on the other streams. Yeah, see. Leaving me already. Okay, night Frank, night King. Yeah, Rush got 1, Rush got 2, Rush got 3, Rush got 4. Nah. Lawrenson got the other. He did. Lawrenson, yeah. He said, Callum, nice looking Italian women on my screen here. Beautiful. The Italian ladies. Like this lovely lady. Toscana. Another great evening, Frank. A buonanotte to you all. We'll be back on Thursday and Friday. Better than watching television. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, people. Callum, England versus Italy winner. Do you know what? I think that's why the Redbird says, I'm going to my Bible study. I'll watch the replay later. I think he's watching the game, isn't he? And Snapey says, contextualise it this way. Had Rush not gone to Juve at the rate he netted, he'd have been closer to 400 goals than just approximately 350. 400, mind-boggling number. In big caps, 400. That's right. Definitely we'll check that out, Frank. Thank you, Mods. Thank you. And on that wonderful note, a big thank you to everybody. Really, a big thank you for keeping me company tonight. Great chat, by the way. Great comments. And if you ever want any merchandise, at Scarf or a Badge. Quality stuff, great people. At scarforabadge.com. Big caps. At scarfbadge.com. Honestly, they're brilliant. Michael Dean and Michelle. See you Thursday, says the Snapey. Yes. And on that fine note, Snapey, yeah, the numbers would be scared. I think any numbers for Ian Rush, even now, 346. People, thank you so much, and I'll see you Thursday. I've got the history show. I've got the history of literature tomorrow. The history of literature. It's good. So thank you. See you all whenever you join me again. Thank you so much. Thank you.